Hey, thanks for coming to this free voiceover webinar. This is Michael Christopher. I'm going to be guiding you through this video, and in about 3 minutes, we're going to start the free voiceover webinar. But before we do, I want to share just a little backstory about how I got here and what I do to help people like yourself break into voiceover. I'm really excited about going on this journey with you, and I've been very lucky to help so many people on the start of their career. I always had dreamed of doing voiceover from when I was a little kid. And when I got out to Los Angeles, my very first job was working in a studio, actually recording the voice actors. So I recorded a bunch of all the top animated series at that time, working with some of the greatest voice actors of that time, many of which are still working. I was offered a scholarship from the biggest voiceover director at that time, and I was too scared and intimidated to take her up on her offer to take classes for free. I've always regretted that. And instead of staying at the studio, I left to pursue on-camera acting work, which I did. And I ended up doing some shows and some plays in Los Angeles. I've been on a couple of network shows. And I always had that nagging feeling that voiceover was that unfulfilled thing that I never completed, that I never did. So I started off on my path to do that. There was so much information that wasn't out there at that time. And there was no video course that would explain all of the things that I learned later in my career that could help people like you when you start. VoiceOver 101 Plus, the goal is to educate you and get you prepared for all the things that I never had that I want you to have. In the course, I share with you insider techniques that actually have worked for myself and worked for the people that I have coached to book things like animated series, commercials, promos, narration, audiobooks, all of those things I've helped people to book and work in those fields. All of the techniques I've used with my private students to help them book those jobs, I am sharing with you in this course. You know, another thing that I really wanted to do was save you hours of time from endless internet research of looking and researching and wasting so much time to do that. I wanted to just put everything to pack the biggest punch possible all in one place. The feeling of joy knowing that you are taking action to follow your dreams. So many people talk about following their dreams, but you're going to be actually doing it. It's not just about thinking about it. You have to take action. And this course allows you to take action. I'll talk more about the course at the end of the webinar, but let's take action now and actually start learning some of this information. Here we go. So whether people have told you that you have a great voice, or you just love animation, or you love anime, or you've always wanted to hear your voice in commercials, or maybe even you are an audiobook lover and you've always loved audiobooks and would love to be able to do that from home yourself. Any and all of those things and more are great reasons to get started on your career in voiceover. The thing about it is that whether you have this amazing sounding voice or you have this amazing love for it, those two things on their own aren't enough to actually work. And my goal is to get you to be working. What you need are solid, structured, go-to acting techniques to be able to make your auditions pop, to be able to get attention, the right kind of attention, so that the casting directors and the producers hear you and say, wow, this guy, this gal is different. There's something about this person. There's something about this spot that we didn't hear before in our imaginations of how we thought it should sound. This person is exactly what we want. And it's techniques, acting techniques, because this is voice acting. It's having the ability to sound like you're not reading a script when you actually are reading a script. It's the ability to take words and bring life to them, to bring your own point of view to them, to bring your own signature sound to those words. That's what it takes and more to really be able to work. I'm going to share with you some specific techniques in a couple of minutes, but I first want to talk about gear, because part of being a successful voice actor now is not just about the voice acting techniques, but it's also about being able to learn how to use your computer, a microphone, your voice editing software, and you're going to need all of those things. And actually, you may even have those things already. So a microphone, a computer with audio recording software like Pro Tools or GarageBand or Twisted Wave or Audacity. You're going to need an audio interface, which is what takes your microphone signal into your computer. You can also get a USB mic, which is just a mic that plugs in via USB into your computer directly without the use of an interface. That's also another option for you. So yes, you do need to be the very best voice actor you can be, and you also need to know what kind of gear you're supposed to buy. What kind of equipment do you need? And the good news is that you don't need to spend a lot of money to have good quality gear nowadays. And actually, you might already have this gear. Okay, so let's talk about specific voice acting techniques that you can actually apply in commercials, video games, animated series, audiobooks, promo, narration, and more now. It's vital, and oftentimes the most difficult part of being a voice actor, especially in the beginning, is being able to understand voiceover scripts, otherwise known as copy. Now, we hear commercials, we see cartoons, we see anime, we play video games and hear and see the performances of those things. And so it seems like, this would be pretty easy, right? But the truth is that all of those things that you're seeing at the end, you're seeing at the very end stages, a lot of those things had to be created, those performances had to be created by the voice actor who didn't really get a lot of information. So often, especially in video games, when secrecy is a key element of keeping that information private, they don't want the information to get out and get leaked so that people already know what's going to be happening in the game before it's released. There's a lot of secrecy, and what happens is that the voice actor is relying on the director, the voice director, to give them information about the project. And let me tell you, in these sessions, and I do mostly video games, a lot of times the voice director doesn't even know. They're not even telling them in a lot of cases. Bottom line is that you have to be able to create a world, to create a life. And that's what we're going to do now by asking these specific questions. Okay, this is called breaking down copy. And one of the methods that I share with you in the course is this: asking specific questions, asking who, what, when, where, and why. Let's touch on these briefly now. Let's start with who. In the who category, you'd ask, who is this character? Who is this person? Are they a father, a mother, a dragon, a little girl, an adult, a grandma, a grandpa? Who are they? What kind of characteristics do they have? Are they scary? Are they sweet? Are they strong? Are they weak? Are they selfish? Are they generous? All of these questions and more would be in the who category. Now let's go to what. What are you trying to get? What is this character trying to get? What are they trying to do? What are they saying? What is their vibe? What is their energy? Are they quiet? Are they hyper? What are they trying to get? What is their goal? What is their intention? And I talk a lot about intention in the course. It's a really, really key component to having awesome voiceover reads. Having a clear intention will make your auditions stand out. So what is this character's intention? Let's talk about when. When is this happening? Is this in the present time? Is this in the past? Is this in the future? A character that's coming from, let's say, the Renaissance period versus a character that's coming from the year 3000 would be different. It would inform your character and inform your read in different ways. Also, when is this happening as far as the time of day? Is this in the morning when the character is just waking up? It's not really sure what's going on. Is it in the afternoon or is it at night? Yeah, at night when things are quiet. That gives a different kind of read. And asking that question can give you a different vibe, a different take on the read versus just in the middle of the day where it's sunny out. You don't have to be quiet because you don't have to worry about waking someone up. Okay, how about where? Where are you? What's your environment? Being in a military bunker 500 feet underground would be different than, let's say, being in a spaceship in space. The environment can give you a different kind of read, can give you different vibes and inform the character in different ways. Also, if you're in a military bunker, let's say, and there are explosions going off and it's hectic, that's going to be different than if you're in space and things are quiet and no one's chasing you, for example. Lastly, why? Why are you saying this? Why is this character saying this? Are they just coming from a situation where they've been hurt? Did they just come from getting some amazing news and they're really excited about what's going to happen next? Are they upset with the character that they are speaking with? Are they happy or nervous that they're in the presence of this other character that they're in the scene with? Why are they saying what they are saying? And when you ask all of these questions, you are able to paint a very full picture of what is going on with these characters. And when you don't ask these questions, reads, being your auditions or your performances, can come off very flat, without any personality, very general, very boring. And boring and general is not what is exciting. It's not interesting. It's not compelling. And you want compelling auditions. Compelling auditions are what gets you the job. Plus, it's just fun for you because you're going to be doing a lot of auditioning if you want to work. So having fun is a huge, huge component of this. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute, but asking these questions allow you to paint a complete picture of who this person is that this voice is coming from. Because it's not just about a voice. That's That's a really big misconception about this work, is that, oh, I do funny voices and I can do voiceover. It's actually not that, because many, 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 many people can do funny voices or impressions. But it's really about using your unique voice, asking these questions, connecting on a personal level with these questions, helps you to create a unique character. And that's what they're looking for. Really, not a funny voice, because anyone can do a voice. It's not about that. Connecting with a character that sounds believable and real, that is what we are shooting for. Let's talk a little bit about having fun, because you are going to be auditioning a lot for all kinds of different kinds of jobs. And it's really, really important and vital to have fun while you do it. Because if you lose that vibe, if you lose that feeling of fun, it comes through on the mic. The mic really does pick up whether or not you are having fun, or if you really wish you were doing something else. So having fun is also really, really important. And this is happening for you too as a listener. We all love to listen to things that make us feel something. That's another little insider trick, is that you want your audience to connect with you. You want them to feel something, to feel hope, to feel joy, to feel happy. You want them to feel something that makes them react to this character. So have as much fun as you can. That's really why you're here anyway, isn't it? Because you think this work is going to be fun, and it is. So have fun. Now, I mentioned using your own voice, not doing voices. Your authentic voice, the voice is not just the sound of your voice, but it's your personality. It's every single experience that you've ever had that makes up how you sound, that makes up your experience. And your experience will come through in your reads, in your voiceover auditions, in your voiceover performances. And that is what we're looking for. So using your own authentic voice, using choices that make you excited, making choices that where you can draw from your own personal experiences. That is what they're looking for. That's really what we want. That's really what you want to hear as a listener. And that's what they want to hear, being your producers, casting directors, audience members. They want to hear you and what you have to offer, not a mimic, not someone sounding like another person, unless, of course, we're talking about a voice match, which is the kind of work that people do when they are actually replacing a dialogue or dialogue in movies. Typically, where the star can't be there, they will hire a voice match, someone that sounds exactly like them. You may not have known that, but you may have known that, and that's awesome. But that's not really what we're doing in commercials, and that's really not what we're doing in animation or anime or audiobooks or video games. The person that sounds like your famous voice actor's name here is how they sound. That's them. We don't need another one of them. We need you. We want to know what you sound like and what you bring to the table. So that's some information that I want to share that I feel is really important for you to know. Now, if you've never heard a voiceover audition, I want to share one with you so that you can hear what it sounds like. Now, this is my audition for Count Nightfell, and I play Count Nightfell on Disney XD's Beyblade Burst Turbo. So you can hear me on that show now. This is actually the audition that I recorded and sent to them, which got me the job. I recorded this at home using my own studio, so you can get an idea of what that might sound like now. Here it is.
You may call me Count Nightfell. Bonsoir. Phantom Thief is my preferred title. And as a thief, I must say, looting from you is an honor. That's not surprising for one with such a broad mind, though I must confess, I fancy you as well. With your permission, I'll do just that. But for now, bonsoir.
Now here is a little Tykes commercial that I recorded, and this is going to give you an example of what something sounds like when you do the job from home. I was on the line with the producers, and they were directing me just over the phone, and I was in my studio recording. I recorded the takes, sent it to them, and they picked the ones they wanted and produced the spot. So here is a little Tyke spot to give you an idea of that and what it can sound like when you actually record a job from home.
The Hobby Kids' top 5 tips for summer break with Little Tykes. Number 5, get hopping.
Awesome. Yeah.
Number 4, play ball. Number 3, take a road trip. Number 2, make a splash. And number 1, mix it up for the ultimate Little Tykes challenge. Create your best summer ever with toys from Little Tykes, each sold separately.
Best summer ever!
So I hope you're seeing now that yes, this is a real thing. This is something that you can actually do. If I can do it, you can absolutely do it. And with the right training and with the right guidance, you could fast track your success even quicker. And that's really what this is all about. I hope this gets you excited. I hope this gets you pumped up and your juices flowing so that you start to get the gears turning to start to make this happen for yourself, especially if it's something that you've always dreamed of doing. I know that I always dreamed of doing it, and I waited much longer than I would have liked to looking back. You don't have to wait anymore. I really hope you enroll in VoiceOver 101 Plus. I'm offering a couple of free bonuses. One includes the free Q&A, 4 live sessions, group sessions with me where I answer all of your questions, including any questions that involve voiceover technique. I'm also going to be talking about demo production and equipment, editing, plugins, and making your auditions even better, technically speaking. And there's so many things that we're going to cover just in the Q&A alone. And that's included now with the course. So you're actually going to have 4 sessions with me live. Anyway, there's more information about that in a minute, but thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is very cool. You made it all the way to the end of the video. What that says to me is that you're actually serious about this and ready to take the next steps. And I want to help you with that, like I've helped over 3,000 other people get started in voiceover. I'm really excited about going on this journey with you. I've been very lucky to help so many people on the start of their career. And what VoiceOver 101 Plus is a home study course. It's not just a basics course. There's so much more than a basics course. I'm going to give you the essential ingredients for connected voiceover reads so that you can book that job, so that you can get that agent. I share with you the 4 C's, the 4 essential components in pro voiceover spots. There are 3 elements of great performances. I share that with you too. I also share with you why it's important to use your voice versus mimicking other people. In the course, I talk about how to break down voiceover copy, what specs are, how to break down commercial copy, how to break down animation copy, which applies to video games and anime as well. There's a quick and easy formula that you can go to every time you get in front of the mic that when you use this formula, you'll have specific, awesome voiceover reads that pop and get attention. So when you enroll today, I'm not only offering you an amazing price on the course, but I'm giving you a couple of bonuses. You're going to see that on the next page, but I'll explain one of the bonuses to you now. With the course, you're going to get 4 live group Q&A sessions with me personally so that you can ask me any questions voiceover related that you want to. Which I think is so important because I don't want you just to have the course and to have a bunch of questions, even though I think I've tried to answer every single question I had inside of the course with the techniques. But I've also realized that I want you to be able to feel comfortable and know that there is someone there for you to answer those questions. Another awesome thing about this is that you're going to be on the call with other voice actors just like yourself. We're building a community. It's really an awesome community, and you're going to have that connection with people. So if you want to connect with people outside of the group, you can do that. In other words, you're not alone. You're going to be with me and other like-minded people who have the same desires and goals and questions that you may. You want to sign up for the email list, I'm going to send you 3 days worth of more free techniques. There's another bonus that I'm offering too, but I'm going to just save that for when you click on the next page. There's also a 14-day money-back guarantee too, so it's a risk-free situation for you. If you already know you're ready to go, just click on the timer. You'll see where it says you can click to sign up. Just click it and we'll get started. If you want to check out that curriculum page, like I said, just scroll down from here. There's a box below where you'll see how to click that page to get there. Okay, thanks for listening. Thanks for being here, and I will see you when you enroll.